Good afternoon, everyone. This is a quick video tutorial. Hopefully will help some of you traders if you got trapped in this IMUC pump and dump into the financing that was dropped today. An absolutely atrocious financing. Terrible, terrible terms, but typical of what we've been seeing on low float stocks over the last year, especially those that have any sort of dealings with Maxim, Rodman, and a couple of these other fourth and fifth tier brokers. This is the MO if the float is 10 million or less shares is what we've seen. IMUC is just the latest in a long line of these over the years. Just a quick background, what typically happens is it's a low float stock that has dealings with these brokers, and out of the blue, with no news, these stocks blow up 10, 20, sometimes we see these things run 50, 100% on no news, big volume. The scanner chasers, which is 90% of traders in this market now, come in. Then the algos come in because they're chasing that volume, and everyone just chase. And sometimes it happens immediately, sometimes it takes a few days, but these companies then already have a financing lined up in the background, ready to drop on unsuspecting chasers who don't spend, 30 seconds or less just making sure that minefield is not out there. And it's really an easy thing to check for most of the time. Now, yesterday, you can see this stock, IMUC, out of the blue, last couple of hours, dead all day long, and then big volume come in, and the stock ended up running up about 30%, up to a 145. Now, if you were in our chat room yesterday when this happened, when it got up to 140, I mentioned that there was probably financing coming. They were setting it up for financing, and this was the area that the stock had paused at last week when we first noticed this move, did the research, and saw, yep, there's financing coming on this stock. It's just a matter of when, not if. Now, the stock bled that action, which is usually the case, and a lot of traders got in or held for the gap thinking there was going to be a continuation move on this. And then this morning, the financing. As of this video, it's down at 50 cents. I mean, look at the haircut. I mean, if you chased on a scanner yesterday at 140, you're down 90 cents. 70% of your money just disappeared on this play, on something that could have been avoided doing some really simple research, which a lot of traders are not doing right now, but it's really easy. Let me show you what to do. One of the sites I use, I think it's fantastic, is Fidelity. And you go to Fidelity here, SEC Filings, and let's just type in IMUC. See what comes up when we type in IMUC. Whoa, look at all these nasty little words here. S1s, that's what you want to avoid. Now, the S1 really has been open on this stock since June. So they've been gearing this puppy up to do a financing. Two big volume pops over the last week was an indication that this thing was coming. Now, one of the things you want to look at on these filings is going to take us to another page, but we open it up. Here we go. Click on the SEC filing. Let's scroll down and see who's involved with this SEC filing. Nasty convertible preferred, blah, blah. Oh, look at that. Maxim. It's usually either Maxim or Rodman or a couple of other guys. Maxim, low float spike, volume on a play like this, and what you end up seeing is this kind of nastiness. Now, if you jumped into this stock or you were thinking of holding this stock yesterday, one of the first things you should have done was go to this free site right here at Fidelity. You can go to Free Edgar, a bunch of those other sites, Google Finance, type in the symbol, and just see if there's something like this out there. And there you go, S1 filing, big pop out of the blue. Chances are there's going to be another financing. It's this kind of information that will stop you holding the bag on a plunge like this in a stock. So hopefully that will help you going forward. It sucks if you got stuck in this stock, but going forward, this is the kind of research, quick and dirty research you can do, especially if you're one of those traders who just chases scanners and doesn't do research. This is just an extra step for you to cover your ass. So hopefully you find this helpful. These are the kind of tips we put in the chat room all the time. We don't just chase scans. We're usually finding these stocks on solid research and chart setup. So, give us a try. There's a link out there on Google, one of the lowest prices we've had in years. Give us a try and avoid losses like this. Have a great night, everyone.